Looks like a busy day.
Okay, I see by the clock, it's time to start our meeting. I welcome everyone that's here. For any of you that's not used to being here, we always start our meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance. So if you'll join me. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much. First on our agenda is our attorney's report.
Good afternoon. I have just a couple things to kind of bring up, and honestly, I think almost all of them are on the agenda later, but so the first one being the Mercury Wireless agreement that we talked about last time. The attorney for Mercury and I since the last meeting worked through a lot of the language that I wasn't comfortable with. They've agreed to the changes that we wanted. So at this point, the agreement that you got emailed at the end of last week, I think is appropriate and protects us adequately.
Okay.
Then the petition, you'll see that's a couple items up from the regional sewer district to add some new territory. Is also okay, as well as the agreement on the income survey for the OCRA project. Those are the only things I had to report on, but they're on the agenda later, so we can deal with them later if you would like.
Okay. That's it for now.
Unless you guys have questions or anything for me.
Anybody have anything? Okay, all right. Well, at this time, could I invite the Honorable Judge, Lieutenant Colonel Fahl, to come forward? We don't want to embarrass you.
Oh, no.
Well, folks, we really have some, Whitley County's used to having a first, but this is a great first. And I apologize for reading this. I don't particularly care to read stuff, but this is so well done. Allow me. As of September 2020, the Indiana National Guard appointed its first military judge, Lieutenant Colonel Douglas Fahl. Military judges play many roles for service members. They preside in trials, interpret the law, assess the evidence presented, and control how hearing and trials unfold in their courtrooms. There are military-specific crimes that do not fall under state law. By having a uniform judicial system within each state, it will allow the National Guard to prosecute these crimes and maintain good order and discipline within its ranks. Brigadier General Dale Lyles endorsed Judge Fahl for the new role. Lieutenant Colonel, this is a quote, Lieutenant Colonel Doug Fahl is a perfect candidate to be our state's first military judge, Lyles states. He's gone to say his ethics, morals, and professionalism made him a clear choice to lead the way for this new position within our force. We are so proud of how he will represent his fellow Indiana UCMJ process, and once again puts Indiana ahead of the curve in the National Guard. And of course, we at Whitley County are extremely proud of you. We thank you. There's no pay raise. I just want to make sure you didn't misunderstand.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you very much for recognizing me for that. But the bigger thing I'd like to say is thank you all for supporting my ability to serve in the National Guard. There are a lot of communities that don't support their guardsmen the way we do in Whitley County. And I've always received incredible support from the commissioners, from the council, from the people who voted for me, recognizing that I'm going to be away from my job at times because of my service. And I'm just extremely fortunate to have that kind of support. So that's what allows me to do these types of things. So thank you, gentlemen, and everyone for the wonderful recognition. It's a little bit humbling and embarrassing. I'm kind of warm, but I do appreciate it. But the main thing I just want to say is thanks for everyone that supports, whether it's me or if you've got somebody working for you that's in the Guard. You know, your support as an employer is just fantastic, and it means the world to me. So thank you all. I appreciate it.
Thank you. We
Yeah,
appreciate
thank
you.
All right, thank you.
All right.
Because of Mr. Gatton, I need to go back to work.
Yeah, now go find somebody guilty. Now, that's just quite an honor. I'm really been thrilled since I first heard about that. So, all right, the next thing on our agenda is called an agreement for income survey necessary. So let me explain this a little bit. We need to do an income survey. I'm sorry, back up. I had my regional sewer district hat on there, so that's kind of where I'm at now. The regional sewer district needs to get an income survey done in Coessie. And we are suggesting entering into a contract with Lloyd Shipman to do said same income survey. And I think Matt, help me here if I'm not right, but would this be reimbursable when we get our loans?
It could be, for sure. It's, the way that it's set up is, that it could be for sure as part of the bigger amount of money that the commissioners have put forth already to get this project going. So it's the nice thing about, an OCRA project on a sewer related project is if you're income qualified, first of all, which is what this step is, but if you are, and you do a sewer project, you're eligible for an $800,000 grant.
Mhm.
So this money, assuming that we could get the grant, ultimately would be a huge financial uplift to being able to do the Whitley project.
Okay.
That's about how much it cost, frankly. So, but yes,
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I was thinking I saw a price on here. Do you see price?
I think it's at the end. It's the fee for service.
Oh,
is
yeah,
$6,000.
$6,000.
Well, I wanted to say that because I thought that's what it was. Yeah. Okay, so. So I'm interested to hear anything you have to say, or want to make a motion to approve the agreement.
I move we approve the agreement for, excuse me, professional service with Laurie Shipman at this said compensation rate.
Could you stand by a second? Yeah, sure. Come on.
It's set up for one signature.
And it says Whitley County Regional Sewer District.
Yeah, I would just mark
Or
it
is
off
that-
and change it because ultimately.
Does that need to be done on behalf of the sewer district rather than us?
No, because the applicant has to be, the applicant
Okay.
has to be.
OCRA requires Whitley County to be the
Okay.
person, so I will, with
If you
your,
look at the very last page, it has the notice to proceed with the blank that you can use as the signature.
okay.
It's in the scope.
Well, the last page I had, I thought if you could agree to allow me to sign it and scratch off the Whitley County Regional Sewer District, and replace it with Whitley County Commissioners.
I so move that part of my motion.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, raise your right hand. All opposed, same sign. Thank you. Nine, four. You can pass that down. I appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, next on the agenda is Denise Spencer. She's here to speak about Domestic Violence Awareness Month. And let me just say right off the get-go, I'm sorry I forgot my purple shirt.
It's okay.
Don't-
I have made copies and I don't know if you all have had them. We were just requesting to have Jeans Day every Friday, which I know a lot of people already do, but to pay $1. With the COVID, we haven't been able to do any awareness things very much, just to get the word out for the. Actually, for both shirts too.
Okay. So now the proclamation's already has been read, right?
The mayor,
Yeah.
he did it on Thursday.
Yeah, October 1st, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you're asking county employees to wear jeans and a purple shirt on Fridays for $1, and the money goes to the Domestic Violence Task Force, so.
I'd make a motion that we approve the Jean Fridays for the county employees.
I'll second that motion.
Okay, any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, raise your right hand. All opposed, same sign. Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Denise.
Nathan Bilger.
Good afternoon. I have two plats for your consideration. I'll do the easier one of the two first. This is Denice Estates, which is a one-lot replat up along State Road 109. It's a replat of a one-lot plat that was done about 2 years ago, and the owners want to sell and reduce the area that they're selling. So they need to replat it into a new lot, and then they're selling the remainder off to an adjacent property. So that'll be vacated, was already vacated by the planning commission. Being on State Road 109, there's no new right-of-way being dedicated, so most of what you're looking at are easements.
You need to read it.
And this has been through the plan commission?
Yes.
And they approved it along with the vacation of the rest of the
Okay,
previous plan.
okay, all right.
Was that a unanimous?
Yes.
Yes, it was.
Do I have a motion?
Says big, go ahead.
I'd make a motion that we approve the replat of the Nice replat,
Nice Estates.
Nice Estates.
Mhm.
Second.
In a second, any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, raise your right hand. All opposed, same sign.
The second one that I have here is a plat for Homestead Estates. This too is a one-lot plat on Shipman Road, not very far west of where Shipman Road and Lincoln Way intersect.
Yeah.
This one is a little unusual and a little bit more complicated. The highway department, as you'll look at this, I should just hand it on down. As you look at that, the lot has only one area of frontage and no other means of real egress to a county road. Normally, this is not a huge deal to have only one location for driveway. However, in this case, county highway department has indicated that there is a site distance issue with a driveway where it's located. Historically has been used for field access, farm access, but not a full-fledged driveway. This was discussed at length at the plan commission, and they wound up approving it subject to, and you'll see this on the front page of the plat there, a disclaimer notice regarding the location of the driveway. So Tom, it's there in the upper left corner of that first page, the one that actually has the drawing.
The one that has the
language-
drawing,
The one with the drawing on it.
one
yeah.
with the drawing.
Oh.
The language took a little going through, Sam Ladowski, the Plan Commission's attorney and Brandon Forrester worked through the language. It will not completely prevent a lawsuit if ever there were to be an accident that may occur there, but it should greatly reduce the implications if one were to occur, and more importantly, gives everybody notice. However, that does make this quite a bit different than most of our one lot plats that you normally see. So wanted to draw that to your attention. Otherwise, this is pretty typical. It's for a dwelling to be built for a sister of the adjacent landowner, so they can be next to each other.
After much discussion at the planning commission, as Nathan said, it's all the same family. All the plots are. And that driveway has been used as a farm driveway. More as really a farm lot driveway for trucks and wagons and that kind of stuff. So that's the reason the planning commission went ahead and approved it, as stated with the with the notes.
Brandon, do you have anything you want to say about this?
55-mile-an-hour speed limit, you need 500 feet of stopping distance. And looking south, cannot get that because they're just north of the top of the hill. So, sort of cut the hill down.
So that's why the disclaimer then?
Yeah. Might consider alternate location for driveway or whatever, but regardless.
Okay.
With that being said, there's dozens of them with the same category around the county, right? Mhm.
I'd make a motion that we approve the Homestead Estates replat.
Okay, we have a motion on the floor.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All in favor, raise your right hand. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
And while you're finding that, I'll give you a quick update on the status of the comprehensive plan update. Our first round of fully public engagement is going to open with an open house or a drop-in event, if you want to call it that. That is scheduled for August, not that far out, October 26th, which is a Monday, at the 4-H Center from 3 to 7. So that'll be, like I said, kind of open house style, come as you want, provide input, and I and the consultants will be there to help answer questions, give information and so on. There'll also be some smaller meetings that'll be scheduled, some of them are scheduled, some are yet to be scheduled, with smaller groups, specific areas of the county, topics and so on. But this big one is completely open to the public. Again, October 26th, 3 to 7 at 4-H Center.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Ms. Nathan.
Becky? Becky Salaway with Whitley County Council on Aging.
Hello, Mayor. Just a quick thing in that we did receive the vans. The commission had already signed all the paperwork for those, and they did arrive for
Good.
last year.
Good.
They showed up September 22nd. We have 13 plus 2 is what they call them, but it's really a 12 passenger vehicle. And we
Oh.
got 2 of those. So
Oh,
typically they don't come on the same day, but this year they did. You can't plan anything as normal. 2020, right?
Yeah,
So
that's right.
always
Yeah.
They draw off with two. So we're really excited about it, and there are a couple of things that are 200 plus thousand miles that will be going out of service. So
Okay.
we are very pleased. One, in fact, has been parked since January because it's really not moving too well anymore. So, and for safety reasons, we are. So.
Are
this-
these,
Pardon?
are these pure vans or bus style?
They're bus style.
Bus style.
We refer to them all as
Bus style.
vans, but they're
Yeah.
a mid-sized transit vehicle, and it does have a lift.
Okay.
and hydraulic lift on the back,
Our,
so-
our church is looking for a van to go to Fort Wayne for food. And I don't think the bus style would work quite.
A lot of seats. It doesn't.
Yeah.
We actually tried to pick up some food from Community Harvest with them, and it's really hard because of the seats.
Oh, yeah, it would be.
Probably
Yeah, it would
remove
be.
them.
I just thought maybe it might be a van that we could take the seats out of, so.
Well, it's a mid-sized transit. and You don't need a CDL to drive it. So that's.
And that's a good
So it might be
thing.
an option.
Yeah.
It might be.
Yeah,
We were just starting the paperwork to pull them out of service, and that lets us know what they perceive the value of those vehicles to be. It's usually anywhere from 500 to maybe 3,000, depending on the mileage. And the one I'm going to junk, it's not, I
Yeah.
don't feel good about.
yeah, you don't want to put it out. I understand.
So
I
that
understand.
one's gone,
Yeah.
but, anyway, so this is the voucher to claim our funds of $44,960 per vehicle. So it's a total of $89,920 that is part of our grant. So just need a signature to say it's okay to send us that, and then that goes, of course, directly to Midwest Transit, along with our 20% match,
Mhm.
which is 24,972. It's a little bit higher than 20% because I don't know if you remember that whole thing where we applied and then we had to reapply and then reapply again.
Right. Yeah.
And the price changed.
Yeah, because the chassis changed.
Yeah.
And so, so there is a little bit of a
Yeah.
larger match, about 4,000 because of that change in chassis. So
Okay.
anyway, so
All right. You looking for a motion to how you want to deal with the grant?
I'll make a motion that we approve the $89,920 voucher for the two vans
It's one signature.
with one signature.
I second that motion.
All right. We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, raise your right hand. All opposed, same sign. Thank you.
that's the one nice thing about the vote coming on the same day, is we have less paper.
Yeah, yeah. Thanks, Becky.
All right, and I will be seeing you at next council, commissioners meeting for the
Third quarter voucher.
voucher. On the,
Okay.
Right.
All right.
Thanks,
Thank
guys.
you.
Thank you much. Appreciate it. Okay. Next, we have Brandon Forrester, the Highway Department update.
So all of our main projects are completed, including 2 community crossings projects, and we did some crack sealing and some striping. Now we're working on drainage work, trimming, ditching, culvert replacement in preparation for next year's plan. Regarding the community crossings, I sent in the closeout paperwork for the gravel road conversion project this morning. Assuming that all gets approved, we'll get a little over $105,000 in reimbursement for material that we've already purchased. So I think that will help with next year's budget. We will be applying for community crossings next year. And I am planning on, the next meeting, asking for signatures for notice to bidders for annual bids. Last couple of years, we've bids in January because community crossings started, we were told we had to bid things in the same year as the community crossings. So, but now they're telling us that you can't use annual bids for community crossings. You have to bid the material separately. So we might as well go back to our December annual bids. So I've got the bid notice dated for your next meeting, 19th. And for bids to be received December 7th at 10:30, or well, the bid opening at 10:30 on December 7th.
Okay.
Other than that, like I say, we're just working on mostly drainage stuff. We did graded some gravel roads today because we got a little precipitation the weekend. So
Them new trucks still at Jones's, or
I think they are in service.
they're in service?
Yes.
Good.
It's great. Great.
So with the bids, do you anticipate any large increases on anything or?
I
Salt
wouldn't
shouldn't be
expect it. I wouldn't expect there to be. But as someone said earlier, it's 2020. So
Yeah.
I don't know what to
Yeah.
expect, but there's been a lot of things looked at differently because of COVID. So
Right.
Yeah, it sure is.
you know,
Sure
we're
is.
certainly hopeful that they're not much more expensive. And I'm anxious to see the DLGF's position on our proposed budget for next year. Good.
I guess it's not any of our business. We got a major equipment purchase plan next year.
We've talked about it a little bit. Because we just purchased 2 new single axles, we were looking to go to tandems. We've got a couple of tandems that are pretty aged. The older they are, the more expensive they are on maintenance. My thinking is if we have to endure the budget cut that DLGF is projecting, that might be one of the first places we look to make a cut. Is equipment.
That'd be a big chunk to get rid of, yeah. I agree. Be sad though, hope it doesn't have to happen to you.
Well, yeah, because we've made a lot of ground with replacing aged equipment. And
Yes, we have done a great job of getting us some good
We
stuff.
already have, but I hate to see you clear quit doing it.
Yeah.
Well, we could instead of looking to buy 2, maybe just start with 1.
Yeah.
Some of the other program. I'm proceeding as if we're gonna have a full budget. And if and when DLGF tells us how much. we need to
You're
cut
talking for 21.
For 21, correct.
Everything that I've seen and have read indicates the problem's gonna come in 22. 21, as a matter of fact, we were just advised last week or so, the local income tax money that we projected is coming in higher than projected. So, but the real problem, I think, is gonna come in 22. So,
Well, for the highway department, the majority of our revenue is fuel tax.
oh yeah, that's okay.
So
Yeah, good point.
Unless there's another major shutdown,
Yeah.
I don't see us, especially to the tune of 18%. That's what DLGF said, 18%.
18, okay.
And I just, myself, I don't see that unless there's another major shutdown. But
Yeah, I suppose realistically, you lost about 60 days worth of fuel tax this year, maybe March and April.
Yeah, but it didn't clear quit. It just was
Oh, no.
down some.
No, but a lot of people didn't
depending on
go.
the cycle,
Yeah.
The first month where we saw a decrease, it was a 25% decrease for that month
Okay.
over the year prior.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But that has settled down.
leveled out. Okay,
Yeah.
all right,
Yeah, 25%. I mean,
good.
it still was just 75% of normal.
Yeah, and that was going for 1 month.
Yeah.
One thing you might want to keep in mind, the resource that you have with redevelopment also on equipment.
Okay. Yes.
True, true that. True that. Okay,
You're right. Thanks, Brandon.
thank you.
Yeah. Stacked.
Oh, it's the old permit thing. I should have known. Oh,
Wow.
there you go, Tom. There you go, George. All right,
Go ahead.
I'll just start out with, sure I will. RMC, okay, RMC, wants to upgrade existing faulty facilities. It'll take some boring along the east side of Coffee Tree Lane. And this is at 200 South Raber Road, Robin Hood subdivision, right? Sherwood Forest, that's it, Sherwood Forest there. Okay,
Move we approve it.
Second.
we have a motion and a second. All in favor, raise your right hand. All opposed, same
This
sign.
is Northeastern RMC, Pickett Lane and Lincoln Point. Bore. Did some boring for the new part of another section of Lincoln Point. I also move we approve this one.
Second.
All in favor, raise your right hand. All opposed, same sign.
Yeah, I've got one for East Lakewood Drive, West County Line Road South. And it's for fiber optic from BSM Group. Directional boring.
Move we approve it.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, raise your right hand. All opposed, same sign.
Where's the one you signed?
Brandon, what's the distribution of this paper? I mean, we signed 3 times, so I guess I'd never asked, what's the distribution?
Utility.
Okay,
One stays with the auditor as the clerk of the commissioners, and then one comes to the highway.
okay, makes sense to me. Hey, man, there's one.
Mhm. This is the direction of Bore East Commerce Drive. I can't see who, Chair Busco?
Oh, Commerce Drive is south of Busco.
I'm trying to see who it's from.
I don't know. No, I don't know of anything going on out there.
Maybe it's for that new substation that they're building.
Wrong side of the road.
Strategic Business Tech, East Commerce Drive, Chair Busco. Utility locates,
Is that on the second page then?
Anyway. Kevin Maxwell, Project Manager, BS Groups for, that's
Fiber
probably the
optic,
contractor,
fiber optic.
fiber.
Got
All
it.
right, move we approve it.
Second.
Have a motion second. All in favor, raise your right hand. All opposed, same sign.
There's another one, the same company from 3536 East Lincoln Way Road. Move we approve it.
Second.
All in favor, raise your right hand. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thank you, sir. Okay. Okay, I think we got that taken care of. It's with great pleasure that the next item on our agenda is our employee recognition. And we're gonna recognize 4 employees here today who have served over 20 years with Whitley County. George, you want to hand these out if I call them up here? I'd let Step and a half do it, but it'd take a half hour for him to get out there. So,
Yeah.
okay. All right. First of all, Sean Martin, Gale Commander, 24 years of service. Scott Wagner with the Board of Health, 24 years of service. Laura Enyart, 23 years of service. And last but not least is Troy Wolf, who's been here 26 years, but he's only worked about 3 of those years. So thank you all very much. We appreciate you very much, what you do for us, so. Okay. Matt, do you have anything else?
Just the petition for the regional sewer district.
Right, I was gonna, yeah, I can do that now. Let's just
That's fine.
get it
It was
done right
on
now.
the one agenda.
Why don't you go ahead and explain what we're about to do here?
Yeah, so as part of the process, when we originally formed the Whitley County Regional Soil and Water or Sewer and Water District, there were a couple of areas that we had explored, but that didn't get included in the order that got approved by IDEM. So as a result, the political subdivision, i.e. the county commissioners, can ask for additional territories to be included into the sewer district. And because the sewer district, because the way the grant funding and things work, it looks like we're going to be kicking it out 6-8 months before we're actually going to be filing applications. So we figured let's go ahead and capture these areas that make sense to do. So that's really what it is. Ultimately, this is just an application on behalf of the commissioners. This actually has to be approved by the sewer district board. You're just asking them to approve it. And so this is really the first step. I'm sure there will be, lots of discussion at the sewer district meeting about it, and they could frankly decide not to do it or to do it. It's you have to ask before it can take the next step. So the two areas that we're talking about, one of which is the Stable Acres subdivision, and another one is a group of about 8 homes south of Indiana 14 along County Line Road that are immediately adjacent to current infrastructure available through Aqua Indiana. So it kind of, because there were other areas there we were going to be looking at, it made sense to try and go ahead and capture those homes as well. So.
Okay. What's your thoughts, gentlemen?
I'd make a motion that we approve the application by the Whitley County Commissioners for inclusion of territory into the Whitley County Regional Sewer and Water District.
We have a motion on the floor.
I second that motion.
We have a second. Any further discussion? All in favor, raise your right hand. All opposed, same sign. Yes, we all have to sign.
Looks like Tiffany gets to sign.
You sign both copies.
That way Tiffany's got one and I'll have an original as well. Because I can just send it original.
Good Lord. Anything else, Matt?
No, other than just for the public's benefit, I suppose, that application will be, entertained at our next sewer district board meeting, which is,
Third Tuesday of
October 20th, I believe. Just to make sure that I say that right. October 20th at 5:30, yep.
Okay. And for those that might be interested, my term on the regional sewer district was up, and I have appointed Rudy Wilfong from Cherubusco to take my place on the regional sewer district. So
When will that replacement?
right now.
Right now.
Did we
Yeah.
take action on that at the last board meeting?
I thought so.
I can't remember if we did or not, I guess. I know we were going to, but yeah, I think we did.
Yeah, I think because I brought in his
Yep.
address and phone number, and
I just want to make sure.
The,
What are the actual-
the reason it's right now is because the terms are August 30th.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's 2
Okay.
years from the date that the order got formed, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so,
Not like end of the year.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
don't have anything else.
Okay. Miss Tiffany, you got anything for us? Okay. Okay, we'll, this time then we'll look at the claims, payroll and payable accounts.
Well, we approved the payroll claims.
Second?
We have a motion, a second to approve the payroll claims. All in favor, raise your right hand, pose same sign. Okay, accounts payable.
I'll make a motion that we approve the accounts payable claims as presented.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion, a second to approve the accounts payable claims. All in favor, raise your right hand. All opposed, same sign.
Don, you're maybe going to bring this up later, but don't forget the Mercury agreement we did.
Yep.
We need to approve that. too.
Yep. Got it right here. Thank you. All right, next, we're going to deal with the minutes of previous meetings. The first one we'll deal with is the minutes from our September 21st, 2020 meeting. Has everyone had a chance to read it? If so, I entertain a motion to approve.
Move we approve them as written.
Second?
You have a motion and a second. All in favor, raise your right hand. Opposed, the same sign. Before I send this around, let me just go ahead then and say, in regards to the July 20th, 2020 meeting, there was a section omitted that had to do with the employee wellness. And I'm not seeing it right in front of me right now, but anyway, this is the, oh, there it is. Carly LaRue from the Health Department was here to request funding from the commissioners for the wellness. And I don't know, can you explain better what? No, okay.
Jana was just asked.
Yeah,
I'm not sure
but what
why.
we, oh, there it is, yeah. But what they did do is they went back and reviewed the film from the meeting, and what she had said was that Carly also requested that employees be allowed 3 to 4 hours per year to participate in wellness-related activities. Commissioner Trump made a motion to approve all the employees be provided these hours, seconded by Western, and passed with a 3-0 vote. So that we needed to get that in the minutes. That was not in the minutes. So this is July 20th, 2020.
I make a motion that we approve the amended minutes for July 20th, 2020.
Second.
We have a motion, a second. All in favor, raise your right hand. All opposed, same sign. Thanks, Tiff. All right, a meeting or two ago, we approved the holiday schedule. I got the 4 and 2 here. Is the 5 and 2 the same way?
Yeah.
Okay. So what I'm about to say is both for the 5 and 2 folks and 4 and 2 folks. If we took off one holiday and added back in New Year's Eve. Now this would be a year from this coming December. So for 2021, there's same number of holidays and added New Year's Eve. Need a motion to approve the revised schedule.
So my move, we approve the revised schedule of holidays for county employees.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, raise your right hand. All opposed, same sign. Thanks, Tiff. Okay. George, you have anything?
Not at this time.
Nope.
Okay, well, what I'd like to bring up is something I'm pretty excited about, I'll be honest with you. With the advent of COVID, and let's face it, nobody likes anything about COVID, except for the fact that it brought money with it. And it gave us, let me just tell you, if you followed the election in which I wasn't elected, one of the things that was said was, we want a countywide internet. Well, we didn't jump up and say anything, but the truth of the matter was, we've been working on this for 2 years. That's really the truth of the matter. We now are pleased to, we have before us a contract to sign with Mercury Wireless. Mercury, they've been wonderful to work at. A vast majority of the county will be covered, can be covered. There still are parts that will not be covered when this kicks in, but that'll be a different phase. We will work to where everybody in the county has the opportunity. You don't have to select Mercury. I don't want anybody to think, oh, I got to switch to Mercury. No, you don't have to, but we want. I apologize. We just want everybody to have the opportunity to have the internet. Without it going into a great amount of detail, it'll go from a minimum of 10.
Yeah, the 10 will be a minimum.
10 would be a minimum to 100.
What's the word? Speed.
Oh, yeah, the
Megabytes.
Megabytes, yeah, megabytes.
But most of it's going to be 30. I think the 10 is only a few places that.
Yeah, it's just that they needed they needed 10 out there because part of this contract, and I'm not going to try to find the exact part, but they have to go after the underserved and low income people as well. You can't fault a child who can't take his Chromebook home because they don't have internet. Well, this is a way of getting an internet to them at a very, very reasonable price. So what I'm asking today is I'm asking the board to pass the approval of the master service agreement with Mercury Wireless. And the money will come from, we have to pay, but the money will come back to us from the CARES Act. So I think that's important. The money will be replaced into the county fund. So gentlemen, your thoughts?
I think one thing that needs to be known here is that 10 is very limited. Most everything, we're asking for a guarantee of the 25 down and 5 up. And so And that's a good internet speed. It really is. So when you hear the 10, I don't want everybody to think that that's what the normal is going to be on this, but you'll actually be able to upgrade to 100 down and 10 up, I think is what it is. So good internet. Is it the total answer to everything? No, it's not the total answer, but it's a good start for us, and we'll be able to cover, like Don says, most of the county with this.
And at a reasonable price tag.
And one reason we're working with Mercury Wireless also is because, number one, they can get it done, but number two is they're already getting federal funding to serve our underserved areas within the county. So it really worked out well for us to be able to work with Mercury.
I don't think any of the three of us were excited to know that this has to be done by the end of the year. That's a terrible time crunch to spend that much money, but that's just the way it is. We hold out hope there's a CARES Act 2, but there's no guarantee of that. So we feel like now's the time we have to go for this. So.
At this time, I move we approve the agreement with Mercury Wireless
And allow me to sign.
and allow our commissioner chair to sign the contract.
I'll second.
Okay, any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, raise your right hand. All opposed, same sign. Whatever I signed first today, I put 9-5 instead of 9-4, I guess it was. 9-5, isn't it?
10-5.
There it is. Okay. 10-5.
Mhm.
Yeah. All right, so that's to go back to them. Thank you. Gentlemen, have we covered everything? Okay. I know we have a gentleman in the back that requested a couple of minutes to speak to us, and I'll let him explain what he's here for.
Thank you very much for your time.
For your record, would you go ahead and sit down in that chair right there because of the microphone, and just state your name and your address, please.
Yes, my name is Lance Rogers. I live at 967 Cross Creek Way, Plunger City, which is part of Eagle Glen. My purpose for arriving today was to introduce myself and get to know the board a little bit. When I did arrive, I found out some information which virtually changed my situation. Eagle Glen is in the process of changing their covenant. And it was my understanding that this board was going to have to review that. I have since found out that that is not true because the city annexed Eagle Glen. And that I believe my business will be with them from this point forward. The other reason that I came today was I had received a mailing in my mail about a proposal we have to change the covenants. And it came from the Whitley Economic Development Corporation. I don't know if they fall under your review or supervision.
Both us and the city.
Okay. I had some concern with this, and I did make a statement. I don't know if you have seen that. As I state, I thought I was going to have interaction with you in the future because of this proposal. In the past, as my statement states, I wanted to prepare myself, introduce myself, so on.
Yeah.
So I'll read the statement and let you maybe advise me or
Sure.
any comment you might have. My name is Lance Rogers, and I'm a resident of Eagle Glen subdivision. I'd like to read a statement and then make 2 requests of the county. I'm here today in regard to a postcard that I received from Whitley Economic Development Corporation. This postcard encouraged Eagle Glen homeowners to vote in favor of the current proposal. Although I was informed no taxpayer funds were used by the EDC, any mailing of company letterhead about this private matter, I feel was improper. My first request, this mailing stated that the golf course makes all of Whitley County a desirable place to live, brings desirable amenities, and greater property value. If all of Whitley County would benefit, stated on the postcard, then I would ask Whitley County to find the funds to subsidize the golf course. I'm referring to the postcard. My second request, the proposal being voted on now states each homeowner will be required to pay the golf course $750. One-time subsidy. If the subsidy is not paid, a lien will be applied to the home and foreclosure would follow. If this proposal is passed, it is my intention to challenge it by every means available. I would like to ask the county to refrain from any further comment unless it is willing to subsidize the golf course. Thank you for your time and can answer any questions.
Well, I appreciate you bringing this to our attention. I knew nothing about this. And it's interesting. So basically the golf course needs subsidized, is that it?
That is what the owners are telling us, yes, sir. Now, because of COVID, their revenue has changed drastically to the positive. This process started almost 2 years ago. And he's still coming to the homeowners and asking us to vote on this. I don't believe with the existing covenants from 25 years ago that he even has the authority to do that. The homeowners association is for the benefit of the homeowners, not a privately held corporation, so he can take the money and take it home with him.
Does your homeowners association have some legal representation?
There hasn't been an agreement made right now, and they did get representation for that. It is a lot of legal jargon.
Yeah.
I am a layman.
Well, I just wondered, I just want to make sure because that's probably unfortunately where you're going to have to go. And let's hope that that cost doesn't exceed the $700 yet.
Well, for me, it is an issue. When this process started, I went door to door and I talked to the people because I felt there was somebody in that community that this was going to be a burden to. And I found out that there is several. We was told things such as if you live in Eagle Glen, you can afford it. Well, that's not true. There are some people that have budgeted the money, they bought a villa, they have lost their spouse, they have one social security check coming in. And if you take your time and visit with these people for an hour or two,
okay,
this information will come.
All right. Well, we appreciate your comment and actually educating me. This is interesting, but so here's what we think probably happened. We spoke with him earlier. We think probably it was county when Eagle Glen was formed, but certainly we know now that it's been annexed by the city of Columbia City. So we think he probably needs to go there. That the EDC covers both. Now the Plan Commission does not. Even though Nathan is in charge of Plan Commission, there's one for the county, there's one for the city. So I guess my best advice to you is check in with the city. So
I thank you for your time. I did not mean to
we
be-
thank you. We thank you.
Thank you, because we knew this was the issue a year and a half or 2 years ago but nobody has heard anything about it lately.
Yeah, it's gone on for quite some time. I am very enthusiastic about stopping somebody from taking the money from the residents that it's going to be.
Mhm.
available to. Many of us are fortunate enough, it's not a big deal, but I just see it as.
Sure. And that's going to take your analogy one step farther. You said they bought a villa because they could afford it. Now there's only one of them and they don't golf.
Many of them don't know. Many
Sure.
of them are 80 years old
Mhm.
and. they can't afford it.
So I know that's what it was designed for. It was a golfing community design. So
Yeah.
may not stay that way anymore. So, well, thank you very much. We
Thank you for your
appreciate it.
time. I appreciate it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Anyone else from the public have anything they want to?
I'll give it to you.
Yes, ma'am.
Can I ask some questions?
Oh, gosh, a question. Okay.
I know. First on the sewer board,
Okay.
I'm not criticizing, I just want to know how it works. You said you appointed someone to take your place.
Right.
Because you're the president of, you're not the president of the sewer board.
Okay.
How do you get to appoint your replacement?
I appointed myself. Okay. When this started, every commissioner got an appointment. The county council got an appointment. And darned if I can remember. There's 7. I tell you, there's 7. So because I was going to be a ratepayer, it's going to affect where I live. I just said, well, I'm going to jump on board and be a part of it. My only position was I was a treasurer, and I'm proud to say in the years I served as treasurer, we still have $18.30. Well, we lost $6 a couple of years ago to the bank because I didn't know there was a service charge. So, so that's how the creation of the steward board came about. And can you remember who the other people were?
To appoint your own replacement.
That's what the order, the order that forms the district says that there are 3 commissioner appointments. There are a council appointment, a Churubusco appointment, a South Whitley
That's
appointment.
right. Tri-Lakes, maybe? Is that where Todd
From the
came from?
city, Definitely won't, I can't. I have the
Yeah.
order.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Yeah.
the commissioners had 3 appointments because it's a countywide sewer district. And the way that the commissioners, they kind of each decided, well, we've got 3, let's each just use one of them.
I just was curious as to the process.
And and I'm not going to kid you, I kind of wanted to keep Churubusco represented. That's why I looked hard for a representative. So my appointment of myself was up, but I still have another appointment. So that's why Rudy was appointed.
Well, that's why I'm just asking about. process.
Oh, that's a good question.
So switch to the wireless. And what kind of coverage is this? Is this fiber optic? Is this,
Oh, it's wireless
okay, so through the air.
through the air.
So what's it getting put onto?
Existing towers and great
There's
towers.
10, there's
Existing towers and what? I'm sorry.
I think there's plenty
Yeah.
more that we're going to use.
Cell towers,
Green silos?
cell towers.
Mainly cell towers though.
trying to go for, trying to stay away from silos, trying to go to cell tower switcher. Now that's their job to do and they're doing it. But one thing we forgot that I'll come back to your question. There's 10 of them in the county. Okay,
10
10
towers.
Oh, okay.
10 towers. Now, what I want to go back to, we didn't talk about was, and I'm not an electrical engineer, so I don't feel right talking about it. But in this deal, they're out there right now switching over to LTE. Anybody want to talk about that?
Well, that's just the newest technology that they have.
Cell phone issue.
Yeah.
Your phone, your 4G LTE.
That's what
it's a
4G
technology.
basically.
Yeah, certainly better than what they had here. So,
The only thing that really affects that adversely is terrain. You know, if you've got a hill in front of you, it's not going to provide you a service.
But there's some for fixtures on grain legs when there's no cell towers available. I know there's one up by me on a cement silo.
this Mercury Wireless is in direct competition then with CenturyLink.
Mhm.
Yeah, Jeff, sure they would be.
Yes, yeah.
No, but no, they're in to Comcast, Mediacom. They're all, but these are people we talked to that just weren't interested in us, quite frankly.
Well, and I'm not
Yeah.
going with that. What I'm going at
Yeah.
is you said 10 is going to be your minimum. I can get 10 on a good day living in the heart of downtown Lod when CenturyLink's equipment is right behind me.
Mhm.
And you're telling me Mercury's going to be 10 as a minimum?
Yes,
Yes.
Because of the low income. They're
that's so
providing-
cheap, the low one.
That's not something I want.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
So 10
Yeah.
or 30.
Well, when you're saying 10 isn't very good internet, I'm like, where do you live? 10 is really good internet.
Well, I'll be honest, I live just right outside Cherubusco and I get 10 from Frontier. And it's because they can't give me more than that. They don't have the equipment in Cherubusco.
Yeah, well, that's what I know.
Yeah, the salespeople will tell you they do. Oh, we'll get you 30. And then just to make it short, he was in the Magic Wand one day and Frontier guy come up and he said, Don, I got a work order to give you like 30 on your line. I said, yeah, I know. He said, well, you can't. He says, we don't have the equipment. So sales will tell you one thing,
Yeah.
but the people who do the work tell you another thing.
Yeah.
So that 10 is we needed some kind of entry level for people who don't have a lot of money, but
Well, I'm just saying 10 is really good for a lot of us.
Mhm. Some of us live on 3 on
Okay,
Centennial
yeah.
or on Embark.
So the FCC considers broadband, even wireless, is 25 minimum you should use or have is 25 down and 3 up, I think is minimum.
25 and 3,
Yeah.
25 and 3.
So this,
Yeah.
you'll be able to get, one of the guarantees is 30 and 5 is one level. Then the next level up is 110. So 100 down and 10. So it's great.
Is the price breakdown going to be countywide on those levels?
It'll be the exact same all through the county. Yes.
And do
It's-
you know what the price breakdown is yet? Has that been?
Mhm.
Yeah. I think we're at 59 for the 25 and 3, or 25, no, 30 and 5. And then the 110 is 89.
Oh, no, 100, 109.
Is that 109?
Yeah. Well,
I
correct
thought
me if I'm wrong, but I'm thinking that the little one was like 59 and then 89 and then 109. So. Mhm.
But it'll be comparable.
Well, nobody says you gotta take it. I mean, we're just trying to get it out there and so, because it bothered all three of us when we were blasted for that. Because I'll tell you,
And we've been working on it ever since I've been a commissioner.
we had high hopes of RMC doing it. Did you hear the price? $53 million. Now that's fiber, right?
That's fiber.
That's fiber. Well, your local RMC can't afford $53 million. Then they would come to us, whether it's Mediacom, Metronet, is Metronet the right word? Metronet. And they'd say, well, we're really interested in Columbia City.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, I know. I know. But we want to be at Tom's house. Nah, I don't think we can do that.
No, we don't.
So, yeah, we really pulled on our hair for a couple of years trying to get this done. So I'm just thrilled we can get it done. Thank you. Anybody else have anything for the good of the order?
What's the reason for the deadline by the end of the year?
CARES Act money.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, CARES Act 1, the one we're in now. Now, again,
Yeah.
I kind of think there's going to be a CARES Act 2, but we can't depend on it. So this has to be done by December 31st. Anybody else? Joanne, is that your hand? Oh, that's Stanley.
I don't know if you folks had anything to do with the choice of Sean Dunwoody to do this mural, but I've seen all 11 of them, and that is the best of the bunch.
Well, we cannot take one iota bit of credit. Not one little shabam, but isn't it just beautiful what you see around here?
The studying that he did to put that together and then put the past and the present in it is just amazing.
That's what we thought. Yeah, yeah. Now, don't laugh, but one of my favorites is still the White Owl cigar one. That kind of started the whole thing off down there because that's kind of a neat nostalgic thing when you see that big thing. So, yeah, well, yeah, Stan, we just can't take any credit at all. None at all. So I guess we let them stand in the alley outside of that way. Can't do it. Okay, if nothing else, we'll adjourn. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you, everyone.
It feels good to have a meeting go past an hour. Man.